Welcome back to Moving Fast Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Tincher, and today I have a very special guest, a longtime friend and working associate, Scott Harter. Scott Harter and I have been doing business together for 4 or 5 years now, and it's been tremendous to see his growth. Scott, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. And I've enjoyed our friendship and growing our business together and watching you guys grow as well. I remember the first time you called and sent me an email and said you were a car carrier. And I said, I'm looking for one. And our business has grown by leaps and bounds from a few cars that year to I try to get you 30 to 50 cars a year now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that growth has propelled you all the way up to the top of the charts. Scott is the number 6 rated Atlas COD sales agent across the entire company, across the entire country. So, Scott, what would you attribute to your success? What has really helped you grow leaps and bounds over the years?
I think doing the in-home surveys, I know a lot of people are wanting to do videos and virtuals, but I still try to go out and connect with my customers, getting that one-on-one with them in the home where you can actually build a rapport with them face-to-face really is important for me because I have a much higher closing ratio when I am able to meet them, pet their dog, pet their cat, talk about grandma's special china that she wants taken care of, or a special china cabinet that was passed down through the family. So if I can get into the house, my closing ratio is pretty high. So that's one of the things that I still like to do and really helps with my business, along with I'm willing to travel and go far distances to do estimates for customers, and they appreciate that. And it helps me book business, not just in central Illinois where I'm at, but I cover the Chicagoland area, but I'm willing to go pretty much anywhere to do the surveys.
That's awesome. Even with COVID, were you still able to get in people's homes? Were they still willing to let you do in-home surveys, or did a lot of your business have to go virtual surveys too?
No, the first 6-8 months, we did mostly virtual or phone surveys, but we never missed a day of work due to COVID, because if you sold your home and you had to move, you got to move. And so we were there to move them. And I was happy to go out to customers' houses because I was tired of being in the office all the time. So yes, if a customer, I always asked them if I could go to their house, and if they were happy to do it, then yes, I absolutely went to their houses.
Well, that's awesome. Especially if you're closing at a high rate. It's good too, I think, to put that personal touch and that personal connection with things together with the people there. I think it definitely helps build that rapport and that relationship. And you've been doing interstate moves. How long have you been in the moving industry, Scott?
This will be matter of fact, at the end of the month will be my 28th year.
Okay.
Doing it, and I've been with Ace Atlas for 22 years. So I've been doing it for a long time. It's enjoyable for me. Every house, every customer is different, and being in Central Illinois, if you have something to move, I will move it. It doesn't matter. I've moved airplanes, I've moved cranes, I've moved boats. Obviously, I ship a lot of cars with you, so it doesn't matter to me what it is. I will find. I moved a big glove factory over in Danville, Illinois, which was a lot of fun.
Okay.
If you have something to move, I'm happy to move it.
I like that. Our motto too is if it has wheels, we'll ship it. So
right.
And that's one thing too. Scott and I have always had a good working relationship as well. We've developed a friendship over the years too. But it's really nice to have customers and clients that hustle like you do. So that's, whenever the synergies, everything matches, I think it really works out, and it helps that relationship, and it helps to grow the friendship outside of that business as well. Scott, you've come over whenever you're in Ohio. We've had dinner quite a few times together throughout the years. So yeah, it's been great to see you grow. Congratulations. 28 years. That's a long time, man, especially in this business. It's tough. It can be tough sometimes, but congratulations. That's quite an accomplishment.
And congratulations to you guys as well, because you guys have really grown in 5 years of you guys building this business. You guys have really come a long way. I know that I've referred several of my friends at some of our other branches as well. And I know you
Mhm.
guys do some business with them too. And, any way we can help you guys, and obviously you help me. And,
Yeah,
it just goes around full circle.
absolutely. It's a win-win. So with you being in central Illinois, as we know, Illinois is a very high outbound state. They do have a lot of people coming inbound as well, but they're usually top two or top three every single year with people leaving the state. What's your
Correct.
outlook for 2022 for peak season? Do you think that'll still continue?
Yes. As of right now, we haven't slowed down at all. I had basically a record January, and February is looking great. And I think that at least our planners are forecasting it's going to be as busy this year as it was last year, if not more. So I've been telling all of my customers, try to book at least 5 to 8 weeks, 7, 8 weeks out. I know a lot of people don't have that much time, but I've already got uh, 6 or 8 moves on the books for June. And
Oh,
I'm just
wow.
telling
Okay.
everybody, it is going to be crazy this year. And yeah, so I'm telling everybody to book early, get your estimates in, and get on the books, because it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon.
Well, the movers love to hear that. Have you guys been dealing with any driver shortages, any supply chain issues on your end where you guys haven't been able to get some of those moves covered?
As of this point, no, but
Awesome.
Rivian electric car company just opened in Bloomington. Well, they've been here, but they're finally producing cars. We just lost a couple drivers to them. They wanted to be home more, full time, that type of stuff. So we did lose 2 drivers, and other than that, we were still doing fairly well. We've got about 15 drivers in Bloomington. So, literally my boss hauls about 90% of everything I book. And then if he can't, then we have our Milwaukee fleet, and we have a, fairly large driver base there. But I think this year is going to be a trying summer for everybody, all the movers, because driver shortage and labor shortage. A lot of these guys are having trouble. A lot of my drivers are having trouble getting quality labor, but I think that'll work out a little bit. But it's everybody is having trouble getting labor. That's what I see as the biggest thing this summer.
Yeah, because your drivers go out there and sometimes they have to source, like if they're moving from Bloomington, Illinois out to San Francisco area, they're having to source labor when they get out there, correct? They don't necessarily
That's
have
correct.
3 guys in the truck. It's usually like a team lead and maybe one other guy. So when they get out there, they're going to have to hire at least 1 or 2 other people, right?
That's correct. And one of the biggest things is the help knows that they are in high demand. And so they are actually asking for a lot more money per day from the drivers. And so it's putting a crimp on the drivers as well, because they're having to pay more for their labor just to get guys to come out and help them, which, in the long run, it hurts the driver, it hurts everybody, because, they want more and more money, and these drivers can't pay as much as they want. And so that's going to create a little bit of problem, I think, this year. But hopefully there will be more people wanting to go back to work, and it'll kind of settle down a little bit.
Yeah, I think as the economy opens up too, I think a lot of people are going to be itching to get back to work. Working is great. It's a means to an end. It's a way to support your family. So I think people will realize, hey, you know what? I want to get back to work. I want to put some food on the table and money back in our pockets. So I think as the economy opens up too, I think there'll definitely be more opportunities for these drivers and to be able to work with this labor and hopefully ultimately get the prices back down, because unfortunately, we're not making the markets, the drivers are, the labor is. So those costs do ultimately get passed on to the consumer. And that's kind of where we have to do our best to let them know what's going on and kind of plan ahead the best we can. And that way they can prepare, for when their move is going to arrive and make sure their labor is there and accounted for and ready to go.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Awesome. One other thing. So I know this about you, as I mentioned, just a few minutes ago, it's really great to have, synced up with your customers and clients, people that hustle as hard as you do. I've known you in the past, whenever you've gone on vacation, you never really leave work. Can you tell me about that? Like, I know you've even hit some estimates along the way. You've talked to people and met them along the way. Can you tell me more about that and how
Sure.
that's supported your business?
So my wife and I went to Buffalo, New York for Thanksgiving, and I was actually able to secure a estimate in Michigan, which was about 40 miles north of the interstate. And then on the way home, coming back from Buffalo, I did one in Indiana. So I just rerouted and went through Indiana. One of them was a 20,000 pound shipment. The other one was 15,000 pound shipment. And I booked both of them. Last
That's
weekend,
awesome.
my wife and I went up to northern Wisconsin to go snowmobiling, and I was able to pick up a quote in northern Illinois on the way up there. So even though we were going up to go snowmobiling, I still did a quote in northern Illinois on the way up there. So really, I don't mind driving, and if it's on the way or I can get to them. And next week, actually, I just set two in Indiana and one in
Okay.
northern Illinois. So it'll be a long day, but I'll book, hopefully book those. And so I'm not afraid to go anywhere. I've been to pretty much every state around Illinois to do surveys in.
Awesome. Because you're with, just to make the clear distinction too, you're with Ace Worldwide for Atlas Van Lines. And you guys have offices, if I'm not mistaken, in Wisconsin, Illinois. Where else do you guys have offices?
New Jersey, Florida, Texas, Vegas, California.
Okay. So that definitely helps too. You're able to book these interstate moves because you have the network and the capacity as well around you to be able to support that.
Absolutely. We probably have, between all of our branches, we have, I'm guessing, right around 50 drivers. So that's awesome. What really affords me to give customers better dates, load dates, delivery dates, because I have such a strong driver pool that, my boss, if it's not one of my drivers, then we have our corporate office in Milwaukee, and then we have all the surrounding branches. For instance, we have a branch out in Pennsylvania, and I just had them do a move for me from New Jersey to Delaware last week. One of their drivers was able to do it for us. Nice. And met the guys' dates, and so I handed it off to them. And so that's one of the things that helps me close customers, is that a lot of times I can give them better dates just because I have the driver pool to pull from and have those resources.
That's definitely nice. It definitely helps too. And it helps you grow your business. And you guys do you guys do amazing work. We've shipped few hundred cars over the years together. And yeah. I never hear, I've worked with other movers, lesser movers, where, they're complaining about what's going on with the move. I never hear that from you guys. Like, no matter which office it is, Wisconsin, Arizona, Illinois, with you guys, like, I never hear like, oh, Ace didn't get my household goods picked up. Oh my gosh, so they lost things in transit. No, you guys do good work. So it's awesome to be a part of that as well.
And that's one of the
it just makes the whole process smoother
with you as well, because for sure. And that's why I like working with you as well, because when I hand over a car to you guys, and to USL, I know that it's going to be taken care of, and that you take care of it as if it was one of my customers, which is very important to me, because I tell customers in the house that once I hand it over to Matt, you guys will take over and they will treat you just like it was Atlas driver doing it. And, for me, that's very important. And one of the things I tell customers too about you guys is you're not the cheapest, you're not the most expensive, but and I tell them, the pickup window, delivery window is a lot shorter than a lot of the other carriers. Your communication skills are great. You're inform them of pickups, deliveries, on the ways, and customers really appreciate that. And so when I book a car or truck with you, I hand it over, I know that you guys will take care of it as if it was if it was me taking care of it. And sure. For me, that's a sound mind and body for me, because I know you're taking care of it. And in the past, some of the carriers I've used, I haven't felt like that. And so and I don't use anybody else but you guys.
Yep. And that's stop, go on, stop. No, we love to hear it. I like to reinforce that, because it's, whenever you're working with Scott or any COD sales agent out there on our end, we really look at your customers and clients as an extension of you, and us as an extension of you too. So we really want to make you look good. We really want to make all all of our customers and clients look good to their moving customers, to their shippers, because ultimately those are all reviews that are going back to you, that satisfaction. I mean, you have the Four Seasons account. Like, that's a huge account. We've shipped several people from the West Coast back to Chicago area and did a great job. Like, those are the kind of accounts that when you have the kind of network that you have, Scott, you're able to really build up. And then us being able to ship the cars, to me, is awesome. And it's just, you never know what the opportunities are. When we started 5 years ago, I didn't, you never know you were going to land the Four Seasons account, but here we are, shipped several people for them, tons of national accounts across the board, and you've done a bang up job. And we're just happy to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I appreciate you guys as well, because like I said, when I hand it off to you, you treat them like they're one of my own, part of me. And that's really important to me, because I want to take care of the customers. And once I hand it off, I don't even worry about it anymore.
Yep. No doubt. Same here. We don't want that either. So, well, awesome, Scott. It was great having you on. I will put Scott's information in the link in the bio. I will also, it'll be here at the end of the podcast as well. He does interstate moves. It's not just Central Illinois outbound or Illinois inbound. He handles all 48 states. He can definitely help you out. I'll have his phone number and his email address plastered all over this thing. So if you guys need any help at all from a professional, reliable moving company, Scott Harter's the man. So we'll definitely link you up. We'll get your information out there, Scott. Thank you so much for being on this, man. It was great. Just having you on here after 5 years, and it's been tremendous.
Yes, absolutely. And I look forward to 20 more.
Hopefully we'll see if we both make it that long.
Yeah.
But no, we love it. We love it. So we'll definitely get your information out there, Scott. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you.